the desert, the desert, the desert. What is the desert? Am I a desert? I think I can be a desert. So the desert, we all know what the desert is. I know what the desert is. I've seen it a million times in movies, but it is one of those things that I've never seen with my own eyes. I know how it looks like. I know it's big, it's hot, there's lots of sand, and that's coarse and goes everywhere. But it's one of those things that I really just wanted to see with my own eyes. I wanted to walk in the desert and say that I've been in the desert. But recently I was finally able to take this off my bucket list because I spent a week in Dubai, which is, well, in the desert. I booked a thing called a desert safari, and I wanted to share a little bit of our experiences, what we did, and what I thought about the entire experience. It's one of those packages where everything is kind of included, so you just pay money and then they pick you up, you do some activities, and they drive you back. So it's like a full day of like, you just let them handle it and you just take pictures and have fun. The safari I booked had four activities, but you can also pay more money and add a few more activities on top. There are also options to stay overnight in the desert in like a traditional Arab tent. Is it a tent? I'm not sure. Our safari started kind of chaotic because the guy was an hour late to pick us up. We were kind of just standing around waiting for our car, waiting for a driver. And then on the way to the tourist camp, it's called tourist camp, I'm pretty sure he went the wrong way because the trip took like almost 2 hours, and on the way back home it took only 40 minutes. So something somewhere has gone wrong. We arrived there around 30 minutes before the sunset, which was very sad. So as soon as we arrived at the desert, I ran on top of a dune, and I just started taking photos because I really wanted to have a little bit of sunlight. Okay, we're here in the desert of Dubai. I think our driver got a little bit lost because we arrived here at 4:50 and the sun is setting at like 5:30. So it's like almost getting dark already. We're waiting now. There's like a ton of people over here. Like a lot of people in the background. We're waiting all for our 4x4 because otherwise we can't really do anything in the desert. And until our car is there, we decided to like kind of just go up on a dune so we can at least see a little bit of the desert. That's kind of like the plan here. To be honest, it's a bit chaotic. And I hope that they even still remember us because there's like a ton of people here. Anyway, we are in the desert. Nice. But anyway, that was the first spot where we had to go, and from there we had to wait until our 4x4, our car with a 4-wheel drive arrived, because without those you can't really go anywhere, you can't really do anything in the desert, because it's just sand, you know? Normal cars can't just drive on sand. You need a specific car with a 4-wheel drive and deflated tires and a few other things. So we had to wait for that, the same as like everyone else. Once the 4x4 arrives, we start with activity 0, or I guess activity 1, which is dune dashing. Ooh. I first thought it's called dune bashing, so if you hear me say dune bashing later, you know why, because I only later learned that it's dashing, not bashing. So what is dune dashing? Dune dashing is basically you just go into your car and you just drive over the dunes. It's like drive up and down and left and right, and the car almost flips, but you're having the time of your life. It's honestly really fun. It's like being in a roller coaster without all the safety. That sounds not that great when I say it like that. And just going over those dunes with like the sunset in the background, it was honestly really beautiful. It was really fun. We all were laughing non-stop. We had a great time. The first activity we just finished was dune bashing. It's basically you'll be using a 4x4, like that car over there that's like standing here in the background, and just drive really fast through a bunch of dunes. Sadly, the sun is setting right now behind the mountain, and literally we don't even have a beautiful sunset anymore because it's literally just behind the cloud now. Alright, I found the sandboards, I guess. This seems very unsafe. For sandboarding, I kind of thought it would be similar to snowboarding, where you kind of like glide down a dune, but you need to find like the really steep ones. Otherwise, you don't really move because it's like very coarse, right? There's a lot of friction between the board and the sand, so most of the time it's just not moving at all. Or maybe it's also because our boards were kind of like bad. I think maybe if you wax the board, it's probably much easier to like glide down the dunes, but it had like the ones that were there, and that was like our sandboarding experience. Number 2 is camel riding. So there are some camels. You go to them, you can pet them. They're very cute actually. They like keep munching on something. You hop on them, and then the instructor. What's the word? How do you call like a owner of a camel? Master. The master of the camel make some sounds like, and then the camel just suddenly goes up, and it's huge. Like when it sits down, it's like a cat, you know, doing this cat thing, like baking bread, and suddenly if it turns from this like small folded camel into like this massive huge thing, and you basically do like a little round on it. They always offer you additional things for extra money if you want. So, for example, they ask, "Oh, if you like that, we can also do like the longer route, which costs like I think 50 dirham or something like that." They also have cameraman there, so they take pictures of you on the camel, next to the camel, like with your partner if you do go there with someone. So they try to like upsell you on all of these kind of things. But if you're okay with not doing all of that, you can still just do the free one. So it does like a little round. You can do maybe like a little bit more. And then if you're okay with that, you don't need to pay extra for like the longer trip. We didn't do the longer trip. Number 3 was the, how do you call that? The cafe or the restaurant. So you go inside the building. It's like this huge space with lots of tables. There's like a stage in the middle. And the moment you sit down, people just swarm you with stuff. Like everyone tries to sell you something. This guy wants to sell you a necklace. This guy wants to sell you a shisha. This one wants to sell you some ice cream. This one wants to sell you a blanket. This one wants to sell you some perfume. Like immediately, the moment you sit down, you're the target. Everyone's coming from every side and just like, hey, you want this, you want this, you want this, you want this, you want this. And they're also really persistent. They're not like, oh, you don't want it? Okay, bye. They're like, no, come on, man. You just one. Just one. You don't need to buy more. Just one. Come on, you're gonna be my first customer. Come on, sir. Just get one. I give you special price. Okay, how much you want to pay? And I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it. You don't need to try to persuade me. I'm not the right customer. Oh, that's what I would have said if I didn't buy a necklace, because I ended up buying a necklace which looks like this. I got talked into buying this necklace here with my name on it. I wanted a new necklace anyway, and he was very persistent, so he got me to buy one. But yeah, I have like this one with like my name on it. You can see it says David and in Arabic. So now I have a new necklace. I think we're also supposed to get some barbecue later. I'm not sure. But now we're just chilling here, having some shisha, some ice cream. No, it's okay, thank you. No, we don't need it. It's okay. Thank you. Shukran. Yeah, everyone here tries to basically sell you something. Like, as soon as you sit down here, there's just like non-stop people coming and try to sell you necklaces and accessories and shisha and ice cream and food and drinks and everything. Pretty nice shisha. I was printing some stuff on my Polaroid camera. The guy who sold me the necklace saw that. He came back to me and he was like, "Can you print me a picture?" And I was like, "Well, what do you mean a picture?" He's like, "Yeah, can you print me like a picture of you and me?" And I'm like, sure. So he took like a picture together and it looks like this. So I printed that, I gave him the Polaroid, and now he has a picture of me and him after I bought the necklace from him. I thought that was very cute actually. Oh, here's another take. The guy who made me this necklace. Anyway, so the necklace I was okay with because it's something I can also wear at different times or different places. Like, it's not something that's only unique to Dubai, and because it's written in Arabic, it's also not as cringe as if I just had to written like David on it. He asked me if I want to have like on the backside like my name in English. I said no, thank you. I think having a necklace that just says David is a little bit weird. Number 4, I don't know, is that an activity? I guess it's still part of the restaurant, but it is Arabic barbecue and it is the bomb. I have nothing to complain about Arabic barbecue. It was great. It was like a buffet style where I can just go and then keep taking more stuff, and the food quality was really good. I honestly couldn't believe that all of this was included in the price that we paid. So that immediately like raised my mood. I thought that was really nice, very good food, very happy. And now we finally get some food. They said it's like Arabic barbecue. Very curious about what that's going to be like. At least it's some warm food, because it's really cold. And because it's a buffet style, you can just pick what you want. You can try some other food. You can go back again. You can go for seconds. They have all this crazy stuff. They have noodles. They have skewers. They have lamb. They have naan bread. They have like so much variety. It was honestly much better than anything I expected, considering how it started. Okay, so what we have here's some chicken tikka, some biryani, some bread. I guess some naan-ish bread. We have some noodles here, some fried noodles down here. And then also some lamb kebab. These are the ones I had. They have a lot more options there, but these are the things that I got for now. But because it's a buffet, like you can just go for seconds and thirds. I don't think they say anything. There's like so much food here. The next activity, also in the restaurant, are the performances, and they're very interesting. Like, so there are different dances. The first one was some Egyptian dance where they are just spinning very fast. So they're spinning in circles and then do stuff. I don't really know how to explain it. Just watch the video. I think it's from Egypt because they announced it with these are some of the best dances from Egypt. I don't think they're the best dances from Egypt, but apparently it's an Egyptian dance. Number 2 was some Arabic dance, followed up by some belly dancing. And number 3 were fire performances, namely Dragon Stuff and Poi. I actually also spin Poi, well, not with fire, but with LEDs. So later, afterwards, I went to the dancer and I asked if I can like spin it a little bit. He said yes, so I just like did a few like weaves, and I think that was very fun as well. I can get my Poi. These things, these are like balls. Usually they're like on fire, and then you kind of like dance with it, right? Stuff like that. Ugh. Of course, you do that when you have more space and you're not cramped in. And of course, they were on fire. These ones are not fire Poi. One thing that stood out was how insanely cold it was. I mean, it should be kind of obvious that a desert is getting very cold at night, but yes, it is getting very cold at night. Me, just coming from like a tropical Asian country, I had no jacket, I had no thick sweater, I had like a thin jumper that you see in the video, and that was it. So at around 9 p.m, yeah, it got pretty cold. At some point during the last performance, we talked to our group and we made the decision to leave early because we were all very cold and we wanted to cut a little bit of the traffic so that we're not like stuck in traffic jam in the middle of the desert for too long. And that worked out really well because that's exactly what happened. For the extra activities that I mentioned, so you can sleep there, but you need to book that in advance. And I don't think you sleep at the tourist camp, but somewhere else. Then there was like the longer camel ride, if you wanted that. There were like pictures in the desert, so you have a professional cameraman taking photos of you. I think that is actually very nice. And I also saw quad bike driving. And now guess, all of this stuff that I just mentioned, how much do you think I paid per person? Did you guess $25? Because yes, I paid $25 for all of this. To put that in perspective, if I took a taxi from my hotel to the tourist camp, it would have been already like $25 or more. So just the taxi ride, just the transportation to the camp would have already been more expensive than the ticket I paid for everything. Second thing, the food. The food was really good. If you have this kind of like all-you-can-eat barbecue somewhere in Dubai, it would have been way more than $25. You would have at least paid like $30, $40, $50 for that. So just the taxi, just the transportation, and the food together was already way more than $25. Right? So I think the value is there. If you've paid only $25, I think is a really, really good deal. And that marks the end of our little adventure in the desert. Now we have like another 2 hours right back home to Dubai. And then, yeah, time to sleep. So yeah, if you're ever looking for something to do in Dubai, consider a little day trip to the desert. Thanks.